Hello everyone, welcome to this video. My name is Brenda Campbell. I'm an artist and a certified Zentangle teacher. Let me introduce you to Bijou. Bijou is like our Zentangle mascot. He's a little snail that Maria invented to remind us that we need to go slow when we're drawing our Zentangle in order to get the zen that we love from the practice. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Bijou to draw my tangle. And today's tangle is Rixty. And I'm going to show you, I've got a few that I've drawn in my journal. And this is a tangle that kind of grows on itself, similar to a poke root or a poke leaf, but very different. And you can do it in a circle, there's all different things you can do. I like to try to put different caps on the top of them. I'm going to go ahead and draw my dots and my border and my string. And because Rixty is kind of a vining, growing kind of a tangle, I'm going to go ahead and do one line that direction, another one that crosses it over that direction, and then maybe I'll just do this little corner one. So I've got 3 lines, and I'm done with my pencil. I'm going to pick up my pen. I'm using a Micron pen, but you can use whatever pen you like. And I'm going to go ahead and begin with this little one here. And Rixty begins with a stem. So that's a line and an aura. And then we're going to put a straight line across the top. I'm going to connect it to the stem and make this little triangle shape. And that gets filled in with solid black. Okay, then we're going to aura that whole triangle shape. And that is our first Rixty. Now we're going to do another one that comes out from this one. Again, straight line across. Triangle shape to fill in with black. And an aura. So there's number 2. We're going to do one more on this line. And then this one will just kind of go off our tile. Okay, so now I'm going to do one on this. Let's do one on this line here, following the curve of my string line. And one last one that's going to just come up behind this one. Okay, so we're finished drawing our 3 rows vines of Rixty, and now I'm going to get my pencil out and we're going to shade them. Now the simplest way to shade is to put a little bit at the bottom of each one of on the sections of the stem. So where they come out from the Rixty before, that's where we're just going to put a little graphite on that spot there. Okay, and then we're going to kind of just a little bit where they come out from that bottom here, because they overlap. We're going to put that there. Okay, getting my tortillon out, and we're just going to blend that out. Okay, so this is the very simplest, most basic version of Rixty. And this time, I'm going to draw a circle string. Okay, now I'll get my pen back out. And you can start anywhere on this string And you just use that string as your guide and kind of aim those Rixties in that direction. They might overlap a little bit as they curl around, and that's okay. If you don't want them to overlap, then you just need to give it more of a stem in between. Then you'll have plenty of room. There. There's my Rixty in a circle. And you use the same technique for shading. And there it is. Second way to draw Rixty. You could use this technique for any shape, not just a circle, but just kind of helps you see what you can do. Now, I'm going to do something fun with this one. Okay, so got a couple little lines, curvy ones. Curvy one's got a little swirl. I'm not sure what I'll do with that. But we are going to go ahead and draw our Rixty. Now, this time we are going to let our Rixty spoke out a second. So there'll be two that come out from the top of this one. Do the same thing again. Two of them come out of this one, so we're growing it even more. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a little cap on these. And this one I'm going to make a little swirl. So let's see what we're going to do with this one. Well, maybe I'll just start over here. Okay, so these Rixties have these little pointy caps that have little flourishes on them. I kind of like that too. So another version of Rixty. Okay, this one is going to kind of be our last one. And it's going to be a bit of a sampler that I'm going to use to create a few with some more interesting caps on them. So I'm not going to draw a string. And these are going to have like longer stems. So this Rixty just has like a cap, like I might put on a sprinkle tangle. And I drew that cap right on top of the cap that we always draw for our basic Rixty. So there's a line here, and then I just add different layers. This one is going to be a little different. Okay, so it's going to come out from the stem on the bottom the same. But then I'm going to put a little point on the cap there. More like a poke leaf almost, but with a Rixty kind of stem. This one will go behind. And this one, I'm going to put a round cap on it, like it's a berry. It's kind of plain looking. That's okay. Now this Rixty is going to be much like that first one we drew, except for it's not going to get smaller. It's just going to have more rows. And I think since I'm using this as my sampler, go ahead and do one with my little pointy cap with a flourish. There's no limit to what you might think of to make this tangle your own. I guess that's good enough. We've got several different versions of it here. I kind of like that. But you know, this is calling for a dot. So I'm gonna put a dot on the top. I don't know why, I just needed it. Okay, so we're gonna put a little graphite on the bottom of each of these. And then we're gonna have some here where it comes out from the stem. I just put a small amount on each one of those lines. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Okay, we'll start with this one we've already done on our other tile. Okay, then we'll do this one next. You know, there's the solid black of the Rixty. You need to be careful when you tangle around it because the paper kind of comes up a little bit. So that's something to pay attention to when you're drawing on solid black and shading around it. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So we have all kinds of versions here. We did 4 different types, 4 different variations. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you practice and play with it a little bit. I'd love to see your creations if you come up with something new. So that's all for today. And as always, remember, be you and be happy.